Hey gang, this is Luis Rios coming from AmeriFirst Financial in Allen, Texas, actually worldwide. And with me, my co-host is Jackie Garcia, the amazing Jackie. She is one of my loan partners. She handles all my marketing, my appointments. She pushes me when I don't want to do things, which is incredible. Like today, she's like, "You're gonna do a call. You're gonna do it." I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna do it." So, Jackie, I appreciate you and thank you for being with us. Now you've been with me what? Almost 2 years now?
Been 2 years, yeah. I think last month it was 2 years.
I'm so excited to announce some new products that have come out with AmeriFirst that I'm telling you, as a listing or a buyer's agent, these are products that you need now, especially with what's going on in the market. Right, Jackie? That
Absolutely.
people are having to bid way over to get a house, and then they're having issues, or they got to get rid of a house. They're scared to sell their house and not be able to find a house. I mean, it's just scary out there. I mean, especially mama. I mean, Jackie, if you sold your house right now, would you be scared that you can't find another house?
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing that we debated. We were like, what do we do? Do we refinance? Do we sell it? You know, neighbors down the street are selling, but they're moving into, they're scared, so they're moving into apartments in the meantime. So it's definitely scary and really competitive. And everybody I talk to were like, oh goodness, how's the market right now? What's going on? Everything's so expensive, or, just they know how it is.
It's not that the houses are expensive. Sorry that's my doorbell ring. It's not that the houses are expensive. It's that they're finally getting caught up to the rest of the nation. Texas has always been inexpensive to live. But if you compare, I mean, my daughter's buying a brand new house right now. I think it's about 1,900 square feet. She's paying $306 for it. She went under contract a couple months ago. That same house 2 years ago here in Dallas would have been $230, $240. But take that same house in California, or take that same house in Florida or New Jersey or New York, and that house is a lot more expensive. I mean, a house in California, average house is 1,000 square feet, is $700,000, $800,000. And here we still have an 1,800 square foot house for $306. So you got to look at everything in respect of what's going on with the rest of the market. The reality is Texas is starting to catch up a little bit. Plus, everybody wants to come here. We got jobs. We opened our economy before anybody else.
Yeah.
And not, I don't want to get political, but we've been. Last year was a huge year for all of us. But regardless of that, what's exciting is these new products. And the new product is, Jackie?
All right, so we've got our trade-in program. So everybody's super excited about that. We just got done talking to a realtor, and he was just like jumping for joy because it's so neat. So tell us about it, Luis. We want to know everything.
We solved the problem of mama scared of selling her house before buying another house. Mm-hmm. Why? Because here at AmeriFirst, we will take their home in on trade. That's right. We'll take your old house in on trade so that you can go buy a new house. Now you're probably going, what are you talking about? Well, when you find a house to buy, you already know how much we're going to give you for your house. We will close on your house the same day you close on your new house. So the contingency is gone. You don't have to worry about selling your house. That's part one. Part two about this beauty is that we charge a 1.5% fee to do this. But if the house sells for more than the agreed price, or what, the appraised value, what we thought the house was worth, good things happen. Well, the beauty of it is that with us, with everybody else, Opendoor, all those other companies out there, when they make an offer to you, basically that's what you get. And then they hit you with all those fees and this and that. And next thing you know, they've taken 15, 18% of what your house is really worth. Then they turn on and mop and glow it and they sell it for more. And you don't get anything. With us, whatever the agreed price is that we bought the house for minus 10%, because we're going to give you 90% of value. We have to have 3% to pay the realtor for listing it, because your listing agent becomes your buyer's agent is your listing agent now, because they're going to sell your house. We got to have 3% built in there to pay the buyer's agent that's coming in, okay, which is really important. And then on top of that, we got to have closing costs. So there's a 10% built in there, because that's about what you lose when you sell a house anyway. Okay, plus the 1.5% fee. But let's just say your house is on the market for $350, and all of a sudden there's a bidding war, and it goes to $380, $390, right? Well, that difference we're going to give back to you, the original seller of the house. We're not going to keep that money.
That's crazy.
And there's nobody else doing that. And you're going, why are we doing that? Well, we're going to make a 1.5% fee, and we're going to make 8% per diem on the cash until until we sell your house. So that's a little bit of money. It's not really a whole lot of money when you look at it. Okay, it's a little bit of money, but our goal is we want to be able to help you get into your new house and earn your right to have that mortgage, and on top of that, all of your business in the future. So we're not looking at this as a short-term gain like Open Door and all these other guys. We're looking at this as a long-term relationship that we helped you, and then when the time comes, you're going to do this again, we're here for you. And you're going to tell your friends and your family and everybody about it.
So me as the seller, when do I get to move in to this new house?
Okay, as you decide, it depends. Okay, it really depends. So actually, we took your house on trade-in, so you're moving in right away.
Ooh.
Okay.
Awesome.
Now the other program we have that we haven't talked about is our cash buy program. That's different. That one, on the cash buy, if we buy a house for you, you wouldn't move into your house until we finalize the loan on your new house. So basically what happens is, let's say for some reason you need to use our cash buy program. Our cash buy program is a 6% deposit on the price of the house. Okay. So let's say you're buying a $400,000 house. You're going to give us a 6% deposit, which is, $24,000 deposit on the house. We're going to pay cash for that house for you. There is a 1.5% fee that we charge to do that. Okay. And then as soon as we buy that house for you cash, our goal is in the next 9 days after that is to close and sell it to you. Okay. So you're going to pay a little bit of interest during that time, but then when we close with you, then it's your house, then you move in. Okay. On the cash buy program. Now, the important thing about all of these programs is you have to go through our PYT program. Our PYT program has been around for years. Protect your transaction. With PYT, protect your transaction, we completely underwrite your file up front. So our underwriter certifies that you have been credit approved to buy that house in that amount. Okay. And on top of that, we put a $15,000 insurance policy behind that. And then the buyer, or you who's been PYT, can, if you want to assign some of that money to the seller of the house you're trying to buy, you can. So you can give up to, I think, 9,000 or 10,000 of that.
I think it's up to 60%.
Think about that. So if the seller, for any reason, the deal doesn't close, the seller gets that money. And then if it's a veteran, we give up to 20,000, which is $12,000 to the seller. Because we think at AmeriFirst it is very unfair that FHA buyers and VA borrowers are being tossed to the side right now, especially when they're giving good, fair offers on houses. Okay. But with our cash buy program, it only works for conventional right now because of the flip rules, because FHA has that 90-day flip rule and then another 90 days. So basically we'd have to do a lease back for 6 months, and we're still working out dogs. We're trying to figure out a way to make it work for FHA borrowers. But right now the trade-in program does work. So if you bring our house
program, you can use it with what type of loan, Lewis?
Well, on the trade-in, it's conventional, and you could probably do any of the other ones as well, because we're buying your old house and we're closing on the new loan. No problem, right? On the cash buy product, it only works on conventional. So if we buy the house cash for you and then turn around and sell it to you, you have to have a conventional approval to do that. Reason why? Because on FHA, there is a flip rule and it doesn't work. We can't turn around and just sell it to you 2 weeks later. Okay. So it messes up the whole thing. Okay. But think about this. You're a listing agent or you're a buyer's agent, and you have a client that wants to move up to a bigger house. They just had a new baby, right? And right now they don't have the money to go buy another house without selling their house. We qualify them subject to their house being sold. We completely pre-approve them because we're going to buy their house. That eliminates that complete headache. And if the house sells for more, they still get the money.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. And so then I think one of the really neat things that you also mentioned was that we're not counting the debt from the current home against them when they are being qualified for the new one, right?
Correct, because
that
we're
makes it
buying
different
it.
from a bridge loan per se.
Correct. We're buying the house. It's already gone. We've already officially said we're buying it.
Mhm.
So, oh my God, just think of all the headaches and stress relief. All the mamas out there that are going to be like, oh, I can go buy that house, know that my old house is going to be gone the same day.
Yeah,
And we know in this market, their house is not going to last long on the market anyway. So,
you're getting swooped up.
but
Absolutely.
it bridges that gap that everybody has right now. It relieves that stress. And that to me is priceless.
Mhm.
That is totally, totally priceless. So guys, you need to call us today, find out about it. Call our team number 972-890-0048. The chimes went off again. That means it's time.